Let's go on to question 3. What's your internal dialogue? I mean, what do you tell yourself? I think people are often interested. I think for me in the last 5 years, I've really become very self-aware of what's going on in my head. What am I telling myself when I'm having a great day, when I'm having a crappy day? And what I've realized is that the dialogue in people's heads between top performing individuals and bottom performing individuals is quite a different dialogue.
Yeah, it's always a challenge. I don't have all the answers, but I know that I don't have all the answers, which I think is part of it. But I always try to put the right story or the right thoughts in my head. I try not to focus on what I've done in the past, and I try not to, focus too far in the future. I try to just kind of get my thoughts situated on what can I do today to make today as successful as possible, and kind of hold the vision in my head and say the things to myself, picture myself where I want to be, financially with all my goals I've set and with my team and in the industry and all the stuff I enjoy doing. I kind of picture myself there and try to put those thoughts in my head versus the stuff that, went wrong, or the person that didn't sign up, or the superstar that you thought you were going to sign up. I mean, it happens every day in this business. So, you can get frustrated really, really easily. So trying to put the right thoughts in your head, and you kind of have to catch yourself sometimes. I mean, even the people that are working on it every single day, you still have negative thoughts and thoughts of doubt and fear and worry and anxiety and all the stuff that goes through your head. But you just got to kind of choose to, when that comes into your head, I try to put a feeling or a thought that makes me feel good and kind of snaps me out of it, because I've learned that positive thought is way more powerful and can overpower that negative thought. So,
Can you give us an example of like literally a snippet? I mean, I don't want to know your financial goals, your personal. I mean, that's you got some private stuff there, but what's something like literally that if there was a little speaker on the side of your head, we might hear that sentence being repeated throughout the day. Is there something you kind of go back to?
um,
Maybe there's not. I don't know.
not really a specific sentence, no, but I just try to picture a situation where I feel good. It might be, when I was at convention, speaking at a convention, or, on vacation on the beach with my girlfriend, or, imagining myself with my friends and family at an event, or, traveling, to Napa like we did a few weeks ago. So putting thoughts like that in my head kind of just gets the stuff that can get in the way out of the way. So, I've got affirmation statements and, things that I say to myself. But it's not one specific thing that I kind of go back to. But there is, one focus that I have right now is, I am earning the living that I want. I've got a certain number I want, but I'm doing it with the things that I love to do.
Right.
And, I think a lot of people get distracted and try to do too much. And so I'm really kind of focusing on one major goal right now, and because I've got lots of different goals I want to work on, but I'm kind of realizing if I make this one goal work, then the rest of them will kind of work themselves out.
Right.
So
Did you find that? Here's bonus question number 2. I know in the game of golf, I know nothing about golf other than it is a very mental game. Um,
yeah.
I mean, there's some people that are very athletically inclined that can't golf. But other golfers, it seems like golfers really have to be in the zone in the mental game. And how have you been able to translate that skill from your childhood into yourself as a professional?
A couple keys. For one, when you stop thinking about things so much and just let go, things work a lot better. I mean, if you've developed the skills over time, and network marketing is just about, communication and talking to people and meeting people. We all know how to do that, but sometimes our mind gets in the way and our busy talk.
Hey, you were just talking about where the audio got hung up on my end, and I'll try to clean it up for the people who are watching the recording. But you're talking about the last thing I heard you say is just letting it go. You said there was kind of two things. What was that second thing after just letting it go and letting it happen?
Yeah, so like in golf, a lot of people get on the golf course and they have, 7 different things they're trying to think of all at once. And, if you've practiced enough, if you're obviously haven't practiced enough, you're not going to be that skilled on the golf course. But if you've practiced enough and you've got that repetitive swing, if you just let go and stop thinking so much, then you have that muscle memory kind of built in. It's the same thing with network marketing. It's like, we all know how to communicate, we all know how to talk to people, and it's skills that we've worked on our entire lives. Sometimes people overcomplicate it and just try to overthink the situation. Whereas if all they do is just be a good person and talk to people, then they're gonna do just fine. You kind of let go and not worry about the result. I mean, You can only, and also focusing just on one thing at a time. I mean, in golf, they always say focus on the one shot that you have in front of you. You can't focus on the hole that's 3 holes ahead and what, the shot that you have to hit over water coming up. All you can do is focus on what you have in front of you, do the best with what you can right there, and then accept the result and move on.
Right.
And it's the same thing in network marketing. You do the best that you can. You let go of all the stuff that's going on in your head. You just act, and hopefully you've practiced enough stuff and worked on yourself enough where it just kind of flows. And if it doesn't, it still works because it's you. Anytime you try to overthink it and do too much, it doesn't come across as genuine. And I think people, are struggling with that in network marketing because they try to have the right script and say the right thing. And if you're just yourself with somebody else, it's just a relationship